G4.
सज्जनों, एक सवाल और 4 ऑप्शंस. What do you use most on your smartphone? Games, camera, video player, music? And the right answer is camera. Lock kiya jaye. On the LG G4, you shall see the world's best smartphone camera. The LG G4's camera promises an unprecedented, great visual experience. Armed with the best functions and the best picture quality, the G4 is the ultimate smartphone camera so far. You know, as humans, we have an innate desire to immortalize important moments. When we start making smartphone cameras, the focus was on increasing the megapixel count. But when we reached, 13 to 16 megapixels, we shifted our focus towards making it fast. Because we know that people get frustrated when they miss that magical moment in their lives. So fast autofocus is essential, and it doesn't get much faster than that, according to the laser technology in the LG G4. With laser autofocus, the LG G4 can achieve a noticeably faster speed of launching the camera in just about, and listen to this, in just about 0.6 seconds. 0.6 seconds. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, that is not all. The LG G4 lets you launch the camera and capture that moment rather rapidly by just double-clicking the rear volume down key. At the back of the phone, you have the volume key and the lower key by pressing it. Speed is important, as you all know, but it's not all that matters. The important thing is that people wanted to see the pictures just as they were seen through the human eye. And to make this happen, LG really had to understand the essence of the camera. Let me just explain to you through my years of experience in front of the camera and at times behind the camera, the photography. Everyone can guess the dictionary definition of the word photography, but its etymology tells us more. The Greek root word phos, P-H-O-S, means light, and graphos, G-R-A-P-H-O-S, means to draw, hence photography. Photography, that's its root. Photography is drawing with light, and that means that light is essential for creating great photographs. To take good photographs, there are 2 essential prerequisites for the cameras. First, how much light they can bring in. Then what specs should you look for to see if a camera could capture the light? Simply put, the F number should be low and the image sensor size should be big. The F number tells you about the size of the aperture, which is the opening of the lens that lets light into the camera. So the smaller F number, the more light is able to pass through the lens and reach the sensor. To illustrate the f1.8, how much the light it lets in. It lets in about 80% brighter than the f2.4 on average smartphones. On an average smartphone. So after the light passes through the lens, it lands on the image sensor. A larger image sensor can have a larger pixels and capture more light, as you can see in the visual. So the LG G4 offers OIS 2.0. OIS, as many of you will understand, is optical image stabilization. With the OIS version 2.0 on LG G4, not just the X and Y axis stabilization is catered to, but it has also added the Z-axis feedback. Now this means that the G4 offers more stabilization than any other smartphone. any other smartphone OIS. So G4 has a f1.8, a 40% larger image sensor, and 3-axis OIS 2.0. All these gets lots of light into the G4's camera. Let's see how this technology makes the G4 camera better. Have a look. 9% brighter than the f2.2. So as you can see, the f1.8 is absolutely beautiful. So how about these? Can you see the difference? G4's camera is awesome, even under the most challenging light conditions, thanks to its 11% brighter f1.8 lens. Once we've gotten enough light into the camera, we have to be able to process it perfectly. Any idea what this is? Right here on the back of G4, up there. Most people thought that it's a dual flash or an IR sensor. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's a color spectrum sensor, not a mere IR sensor. The color spectrum sensor, in plain language, is a technology that recognizes light and objects. It understands the ambient light and reads an object's exact color the same way you see with your naked eyes. So the LG G4 is a unique smartphone with this type of advanced color spectrum sensor that can read RGB light as well as IR. So on a cloudy, rainy day, as perhaps today in Mumbai when you go out, when most cameras get confused, the color spectrum sensor, it knows exactly what colors are in the scene. Now, take a look at these images and compare them. The colors the G4 captures are more accurate to the real subject. You've got to check this out for yourself in the experience zone after this. And the experience zones are here on my right and to the left. So after you've heard everyone speaking, you're most welcome to go there and experience personally your little conversations with the LG G4. In the camera mode, just to continue, in the camera mode of G4, you have the simple mode and the auto mode, just as in other smartphone cameras. However, there is no substitute for the human touch in photography, that we all know. And that is what inspired us to add a manual code to the G4's camera. It gives you the similar level of control you'd expect to find on professional or DSLR level cameras. In the manual mode, you can save your photos in RAW format, in addition to the JPEG by one simple touch. You can control white balance, ISO, the shutter speed, and so on. So let's see. Have you ever dreamt to take these kind of photos anytime you want? One cool trick with manual mode is that you can also capture beautiful streaks of the moving light by slowing down the shutter speed from 1, 2, and 4 seconds up to about 15 to 30 seconds. And, you know, this has been tested. Now, let's have a look at some imaginative images that I have captured through various manual settings of the LG G4. These photographs, believe it or not, have been taken by me personally on my LG G4. This is a photograph of one of the staircases in my office and in my home. These are caricatures and paintings of mine that people have done during cartoon festivals. Obviously, they thought that I'm some kind of a cartoon. This particular photograph here, where the two frames, the lower half and there's an upper half, there are two different frames. Actually, it's supposed to signify how tall I am. It's been done by a very prominent politician of this state, Mr. Raj Thackeray. This is a Rajasthani painting, There's a village in Rajasthan where they invite important celebrities and they paint on a sheet, a white sheet, his entire life.